Two. Okay, so in order to grow your business or to grow whatever you want to grow, whether that be a certain goal in your future or something that you would hold very important to yourself, if you're going to talk to somebody, you need to talk correctly. And there's only one correct way to talk, and that's like if you're in the top 1% of the population. 99% of the population currently today, 100%, does not know how to speak with people. And if you go to the utmost level of security and credibility in the way you talk, the way you speak with people, they will trust you 100 or 1,000 times more than they would trust somebody in that 90 percentile or in that 99 percentile. And so, number one is to speak with a certain level of authority. When you're speaking to someone, you need to take control of the conversation because you're the one giving that step forward. You're the one giving them that information. You're the one giving yourself to the conversation. Whether or not it's their topic, whether or not it's their choice to give, you are there to show that you are present in that conversation. When you say each sentence, you put importance behind each word, like an accent. For example, in music, when you're reading notes, and I play piano myself, and the tuba, the band, whatever that may be, but in music, some notes have an accent, and this sort of shape. They call it or like a crocodile, and that shape indicates for you to start loud and go soft. So you'll end your words like this, and you'll go down lower. You can start high, but end them lower. And so when you speak to someone, you put that level of authority, that accent into your note, into what you're saying to them. Because when they hear that level of importance in your words and your voice, they will understand that you have a meaning to what you're telling them. And there's actually some credibility behind what you're saying. And so number two is your words must match your ambitions. When you speak to someone, you tell them your ideas, you tell them what you believe, you tell them your goals and ambitions. But if what you're doing doesn't match what you tell them, what's the point of telling them at all? It's like a lie that you tell yourself as well. And when you don't take action, or if you do take an action, if you are taking action, and you don't tell people, you don't talk about your business, or you don't talk about your fitness growth or your health growth, or in general, just anything that you're trying to grow in, your grades, your future, if you don't obsess about it and tell people enough, people will not respect you as much as if you were obsessed about it. Because if they complained about it, now you know that you actually like that. Now you know that it is actually your passion. When people start telling you to stop talking about it. I talk about my business every day in school. I'm still going through school, and when I hit that first 1,000 views, I was really like, okay, now I know it's possible. And I have a friend making me a website as we speak. We have so many things working together, my family, getting a business, a license, so many things, and the progress just keeps on growing. I never thought it would have gotten this far, this fast, if it weren't for you guys watching me right now. So I thank you. Along with that, the work that I've put into this has also brought me here. And if I didn't tell a single word about it at school, if I didn't tell my friends or family how much I really love to do this, nobody would believe me. Nobody would know. Nobody would care because I'm not pushing out my ideas. And surprisingly enough, one of the friends I thought would not be interested in my channel is interested. And he's also the same guy making me my website for free. I will still pay him, Levi, if you're watching this. I know you will be, but I will still pay you. And so number three is to hype up your goals. This matches with number two, and most importantly, it's supposed to for a reason. Because when you speak about your ambitions and your goals, you're not going to down talk it. You're not going to play it off as, oh, it's just a hobby. Oh, it's just something I like to do on the off time. No, if you're truly focused on what you're doing as a job and as an ambition, I know some of you just got jump scared right there, but as a form of entrepreneurship, whatever you're doing that makes you feel happy, that makes you feel joyful, that makes you feel like you're fulfilled, that is what you need to talk about, and not only talk about it, but talk about it in a positive way. When you talk about these things, you have to let people know that you like them. If you had an example of talking to one of your friends and they ask, oh, so all of us are turning 14 soon. We're 13. Let's say you're in the 8th grade and you're turning 14. And he asks you, all right, well, I'm going to work at Publix, all right? Where are you going to work at? And you say, oh, I don't think I'm going to really work at a job because I actually choose to make content creation. And he's like, oh, really? Like, tell me more about it. Like, and you tell him, but you speak in such a sad and monotone voice, and you do this with the rest of your friends. And he says, oh, well, I don't believe you can make it. And then a couple weeks later, you do, and you still don't down talk it. You hit your first 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, 100,000. And you begin to realize that the only way you will attract your true friends, the people around you, to actually hype you up while you're on your goals and your ambitions, is by actually telling them that you like these ambitions and goals. That you're actually reaching towards the stars like no other time. And now is the time to actually tell them, when you speak, you need to speak with a purpose, ambition, and to hype up whatever you're talking about. Make sure you seem truthful. And number 4, ask strong questions with meaning. As a business owner, you need to ask strong questions. And not only that, if they're strong, but have no relative correlation or causation to what your focus is, people will still not take you seriously. And it seems logical, but a lot of people misuse the strong questions idea. And they might ask weak questions, and they might have some meaning behind it. But overall, people will not like that question. It'll seem boring, and it will seem very lame, if anything. And those questions will begin to take you to a lower path, and you will actually make less money, and you will do worse. And so asking strong questions with meaning gives you that step towards the finish line more than anything else when you're talking to someone. And this is an out of business example, but in this example, imagine you're talking to a girl or a boy. In this case, it's going to be a girl, but imagine you're talking to a girl and you're first meeting each other. You think she's pretty attractive. You approach her, let's say the gym, and you say, oh, I just thought you were really attractive. And I see you working out, and you say hi. And you're going to ask a question. And you decide to ask, how was your day? Now, sure, that's good. You're leveling up your social skills. You're talking to more people. That is great. Once you get to know the girl, right? Once you get to know that person and you talk to them, or you're texting, or even on a call, if your go-to question is, how are you? How are you? Okay, cool. Watching TV. How about you? I'm eating chicken and rice. It sounds like a robotic question and answer conversation that nobody wants to go through. And texting like that just ruins the whole mood. And talking like that ruins the entire mood. If you speak like this with another person and you're talking about your business, they will think of it as such a boring thing. And it may not even be that way. It may be absolutely amazing. 10 out of 10, 20 out of 10. Absolute amazing business. Yet the way you explain your money models and the way you do and think and talk will grudge them away. It will nudge them away to someone else who can actually speak better, even though their business might not be as good as yours. So, that is all for today. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and also hit that notification bell so you don't miss another one of my videos. Also, leave a comment and tell me what other type of videos I should be making next, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.